Thank you. All right, we're gonna be discussing the 2026 budget. And, if it's okay with the commission, we're gonna have, Chelsea kind of lead us through it. And then we'll follow whatever page she wants to talk about. Does that sound all right?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Well, Clayton, you can start off. Clayton is our fire chief. He submits our budget to us every year. You guys were all sent these previously, but in Clayton's budget, he has requested his 4 mills that they typically get for $24,600. In his request, he also asked for, let me get the dollar amount correct. 1.7 million for a new building.
This year?
He did submit the plans. As you guys are all aware, the fire department was donated some land. They are looking at building a new building. In the budget, I've included their 4 mills. They get their 10,000 for their fire equipment. I did not put in anything in there for a building. That is something for you guys to discuss. What you want, if you wish to put it in there. That is up to you guys.
Not really at this time. I guess we've talked a little bit, talking about, we're looking for grants and stuff like that.
Grants,
Donations. And of course, we would have to look at the substance of what kind of building you're looking at and all the aspects of it. You know, we'll need dimensions and a little bit more detail before we can go forward with any kind of funds.
65 by 220.
Okay. That's good to know.
And kind of what I was talking about, like when I did like the financial health thing last month, we do like have room for more debt if it would still be in a healthy range. So like if there was some sort of loan, I don't know if it's like the same long loans like specials are, not that we're gonna special it, but like longer low interest loans, it's something that could be looked into. Just we have a lot of possible street projects coming up. Maine, the one up there, the one across, down there, like literally just point in a direction at this point. So that's kind of a challenge. Not that we don't value our fire departments, obviously we do. So it's something that'd be very, very workable. But just like what Mark was saying, probably not this year, but let's definitely do some grant, let's do some of that, because in my opinion, at least there's room for something 1.7 longer loan, there'd be some sort of room. Maybe not the whole thing, but close, maybe, you know, so I'm not promising that, my assessment is that there'd be room, you know what I mean? So.
Having any luck on grants or anything?
So far I haven't found anything that's concrete.
Good.
A few grants that I was told we can apply for, just a chance of getting anything out of them are next to nothing. There's no funds available right now.
One thing good about us looking forward is by building a new fire department, it's gonna free up a lot of space down here for the city, which we have looked at the possibility in the near future of needing space for the city equipment. And then, so by building one, we're gonna utilize that property if anybody.
Makes sense for the fire department to be the one to build, because then
Yeah.
you guys can have what's here, already here.
Correct, and then the usefulness of being this close and everything else, and being heated and all that, you know, it's,
You're right, the type of building, it's gonna be a steel building,
sure.
won't be a wood frame,
Yeah,
steel.
that would be the way to go, yeah. Especially of that mass.
Yep.
Adam, what's your thoughts of expanding your capability of storing equipment inside?
That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, being able to store stuff inside would be really nice. Yeah, we are hurting for space in a really bad way.
So is there any way of looking at it that getting them up by the highway would help the city having more heated storage for keeping equipment inside? I mean, is there, to help
Yeah.
fund this, is that a way to look at it, or?
Well, that's one, it would be kind of a win-win, but that's where getting, grants and stuff,
Funding, yeah.
because, you know, the city would have a hard time getting grants to put up a heated building for our equipment and stuff like that, so, yeah, Adam and I, we've been talking about this since last winter, so, yeah.
And sales and use tax is always an option. That's there for infrastructure.
Yeah.
A new building would count, so
And
that is an option as well.
Or even a combination, like.
Correct.
Sales and use, then use up a little bit. I think, it is a good idea, it's probably a direction we should go, but for like specifically this budget right now, starting next year,
Yeah.
a little early is all. So I
Agreed.
think definitely stay in contact, and we can definitely work towards that, I think would be my assessment at least. But-
Yep.
You said 1.7 million?
Yep. The one thing is, and I know that, contract going forward, the big thing is they want a little bit of, I don't know what you call it, a definite answer as far as progressing further. If, you know, like, if the city's gonna back it, or the road board's gonna back it, or whoever, that it's a definite, you know, probably going to happen type thing, more so than just talking about it. That was where I think Tim was getting to, Tim Miller,
Mm.
and, he's done a lot just because his dad was big into our department for many, many years. But, that's helped out immensely. And he's gonna continue to move forward on that. But I think what he's looking for is just a little bit more of a stamp of approval,
Mhm.
you know, like from you guys, whoever, that it's gonna move forward. Maybe not
Right.
now,
Right.
but it's gonna come along.
I think we should do that. This just is not the place being a budget meeting, but for sure, like, let's get on the agenda. I know how I personally feel about it, so, yeah, it would be maybe next meeting, get something, I don't know, some sort of pledge or something, like, okay, we're doing 50% down, or we're gonna earmark this much for that, and look at that, you know what I mean? So, it's just, not to be overly particular, I guess that's just how I am, but this would not be the agenda item or meeting for it, but let's, for sure.
If I punch the numbers in right, I just pulled up a mortgage calculator. We got 1.7 million. You know, say a 20% down payment. That's $340,000. Remaining principal would be 1.3 million roughly. I don't know. Interest rate, say it's 6%, 20 years. That's $9,700 a month payment on that. If that gets them up by the highway and gets the city more heated facility to put road grader, payloader stuff inside, would a, and just throwing it out there, would a payment of $4,500 a month break us, or, and then that would be towards getting our own building back, and you guys get that with that? But I mean, I suppose, we gotta look it over, but long-term, would that be a fundable thing, you know?
100%, yeah.
I agree with,
It's only thing at the top.
with Keith, and we'll almost have to bring it up at the next meeting. Now's not the time to kinda do that here, but I think definitely, and then Adam will have to come up with a layout of how the city could utilize the space as well. And what equipment would be going in there to justify, you know,
I think the biggest thing is the city needs to determine how much they wanna put forth towards a building. That's the biggest step.
right,
You mean a lump sum down towards
Yes,
the building?
yeah, because it's gonna be, I mean, they're an entity of the city, but essentially it's gonna be their building.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the city just needs to determine as a whole of, hey, we're willing to put towards
X amount.
500,000.
Yeah.
Come up, you know, or whatever it could be, but that's, I mean, I think is really what you're kinda looking for, correct?
Yes. And I'm not, I can't speak for the whole board, but I know they've got funds.
Mhm.
And, before this last spring, they were willing to kick in a fair amount. The fire department has some, going forward, first you got the building built, then there'd be the extra things to go on. That you need to buy, and, tables, chairs, we're gonna have a meeting room, little kitchenette thing, all that type of stuff's gonna be, fire department's willing to buy all that. We've got enough money funds to do that type of thing. So that's, doesn't have to be in the building part of it.
Okay.
And, yeah, there again, I think if the city would have funds to pay it down, fire department and the rural kicks in some more to get that amount down. And then like I said, with some of with the city and the rural and the fire department, we've got money coming in yearly that's basically just sits in the bank waiting for it to get used. We can put that toward the payments.
When is their next meeting, the rural board?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
They only meet once a year normally.
Oh, okay, well, could we maybe just put it on the next agenda, put it on the October agenda?
Mhm.
Would you mind going there, or are you able to go there, see what their commitment level would be,
Yeah,
and then we
I'm
can kind
gonna
of
be there anyway.
figure something out in October? Would sound good, because it wouldn't necessarily, that doesn't really have to be done at a budget meeting, right? Because we could take on a loan outside of a budget meeting, obviously we should keep the budget in mind, right?
Correct.
Which is why it's good to talk about it here, but, yeah, October, that'd be, can talk to the rural board, we'll get back together.
Yeah.
Back to there.
Yep. I agree with Keith.
Cause yeah, we're still at the point, like say this mortgage calculator down payment, like, so it sounds like you're looking for X amount of people to help with the down payment, city, rural fire board, what all that would, I suppose, would you guys be at a point to where, would you guys be looking like $500,000 for your down payment before you could, or where would you be there, or where?
I think it would depend somewhat on what the, payments would be for that. And like I said, between the rural and the city, the figure that I'm thinking off the top of my head, I don't know, we'll guess for sure, have a little bit of push for this money. That would be about 40,000 a year.
40,000 a year.
So, one last question before we move on. Is that the infrastructure also for that building? Water, sewer, insulation?
Oh, yeah,
It's the complete package.
everything, that
Okay.
1.7. That's where, what, Tim came up with was the projects that they had, it was parking lot, building, cement, electrical, water, sewer, everything, the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
Everything from start to finish.
Okay.
Which there again, I'm pretty sure that the city won't charge as much for hooking up.
No, it'll be our
Double.
building, so.
And, as far as,
But I'm just talking about running extra sewer, extra water lines,
oh, yes.
putting in a hydrant.
Yep.
All those,
Yep, they
if
take
needed.
care of all the, getting contractors, subcontractors, whatever they,
Right.
however that works.
Yeah.
And, we've got a guy on the department who's pretty in with that type of stuff. In fact, he
Yeah.
was in charge of building this building.
Yeah.
And RDO, so he knows the area is pretty good.
Sure, yeah.
But, and also, moving forward, building gets done, the rural's already committed that they want the city to do the monthly bills,
Mm-hmm.
and then once a year, they'll write out a check for half of it.
Okay.
Kinda like they do for the insurance now.
I was like, that's kind of what we do with insurance right now.
That's the way they don't wanna mess around with monthly.
Okay, what about engineering costs?
That was something that's kinda, was asked, being this city kind of project, does that mean there has to be engineering costs or engineering?
Well, we would have to involve our city engineer,
Yeah.
which is A2S.
Cause that was, somewhat discussed through Missouri River, but, it was more so the property and the water and sewer
Mhm.
type stuff that would be engineered. The actual billing part of it is engineered by the company they buy the billing from,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I'm not sure how government things work as far as engineers.
Well, there's always what's under that ground to hold that
Yeah.
weight and all that, the structure itself, so.
That, they do, Mike was telling me, they hire a guy to come in, he actually does samples, soil samples, you know,
Yeah.
core samples and stuff.
Sure.
Find out what's under the ground and
Yep.
go from there.
Okay,
But yeah,
Okay.
well, you guys already talking about the budget much tonight? I see it's
Yep.
on the agenda.
yep, that's what we're discussing now for
Oh,
the next 15 minutes.
but it won't be at the regular meeting.
It will be, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
This is like the public hearing, so if there's any public that we need to hear, then that's what we do.
Okay.
okay, thank you, Clayton.
Let's think about it.
You're gonna write me out a check at the end of the meeting, right?
It's already outside for it.
It's in the mailbox out there.
That works.
Okay. Cody, you can come up for the forestry board.
Hello, I guess, I just wanted to just kind of explain, we had asked, I believe our budget's at about $8,000. We'd asked for an increase to 20,000. Due to it being a 33% increase, I just kind of wanted to explain, why we were asking for this. Essentially, the cost of us going around and cutting trees, is eating up most of the budget. There's not much there for us to actually do any planting or having any trees to replace those trees. Just try not to sound like a Lorax here, but if we don't, plant trees after, if we're just cutting down trees, so that's the reason for the request of the 33% in our budget. It's a big percent, but it's a low number, it's only $4,000. So that's all I wanted to explain.
Okay,
Excellent, well, thank you.
yep, thank you.
The airport was submitted as well. They are keeping theirs pretty much close to what they're asking for the 24, 5,000, so nothing really different there. Fire department, library, sticking with their 4 mills, so pretty consistent there. And then we always get the park board submitted us too, that was sent out. The park board does levy their own money though, it is a separate line item, or I think it is actually included on our line item, but the park board does levy their own. And they're looking to increase theirs for 2026, but their public hearing for their budget is on Wednesday as well. And then I guess as far as ours goes, if there's anything specific you guys want to talk about, that stuck out to you, I did decrease our budget for 2026. Last year we levied for a total, including just the general plus all the special revenue funds. We were at 91, and for 2026, I currently have us sitting at 64, including everything. I did increase our budget for 2025, not knowing what was going to happen with that property tax. Obviously that failed, but then the legislature made some changes, so we are capped at only increasing it by 3% for 2026. So there was some room where we could cut some things. That's what I did for 2026 to try to give people some relief. I guess if there's any specific questions that you have on that.
I've got 2 small questions. This is on the general fund, on page 2 of 4, the city beautification.
Yes.
Okay, we spent approximately 10,104. What kind of areas was those funds?
That's our
used?
Christmas lights,
Okay,
our tree plantings, our flowers. That's it.
okay. And then we're asking for another 16,000, but we only spent 10. Is that,
The 2026 budget for city beautification
Oh, I'm sorry.
is at 10,000.
oh, I can't see that in my, it's darkened.
And we got all 8 Christmas lights new lights now for Main Street. For this year, we are looking to buy some lights for the poles. But all 8 of those have been replaced on Main Street now, and that was our intention for the last 2 years.
Okay,
We
I
ran
can't see
4 at
that
a
in my
time.
copy, so. I wrote it in. That's what I was kinda wondering. And then the other thing is, the group insurance. That doesn't cover, employees' insurance, right? That's just for equipment and stuff? On that
That is
same
our insurance. That is our health, vision, and dental insurance.
Okay. that
But
was
it is
my
split
question.
out by categories based on how employees are paid. If they're paid out of general, if they're paid out of water, sewer, or highway. So their percentage goes to what for group insurance based on those 4 categories as well.
Okay. And did you calculate, because we just brought on another employee?
Yes, I
Yeah.
increased it.
Okay. You answered my question. Thank you. Does anybody have anything?
I mean, I had some
That stands out.
questions, I asked her at the end of one of our HR meetings, and all my questions have been answered, I guess, but
You wanna share those
I don't
questions?
remember what they were, honestly, it was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
But it was mainly because it was the preliminary that I was working to, use the financial health. So I sent some few questions, what's this, why is this one not filled out, where's the matching thing for this, just questions like that, so I don't remember exactly what all of them were. They're actually, I could get them for you if you really want them, they're in my Google Drive, but they were all answered, so.
Okay.
That's how I was able to make the financial health report, so.
Sure.
On streets, 171, is that, looks like you bumped it from 60 to 70.
Correct.
Can we go to 80 or 85?
Yeah.
There, and then
What number do you want?
85.
'Kay.
Just from what we're, yeah.
Yep.
So, and then is the vehicle savings 173, that's the one we started last year,
Correct.
or is there another one?
Nope, that is that one. And I just need to, transfer that out. I kinda do some of those all transfers at the end of the year
Did
to
that,
that fund.
and then that's what got bumped down from 65 to 20?
Yeah, that one cause we increased that for 65 to plug a number. To increase it for last year, we increased that one. Adam and I, kinda talked about that, put it to 20. If you wanna increase it again, we can.
What page is that on? That you're talking?
I'm at 171,
Page 2 of 4,
Okay.
or 3 of 4.
172 line, 173, sorry. Well, I don't know,
Oh,
we
okay.
got
We have some wiggle room.
an air compressor, and some other equipment that might need to get upgraded. It might be nice to budget the money
Yeah.
for it.
The
ahead
air
of time.
compressor's not a mic, that's a need.
Yeah, so. Do we, 50? I don't know, I mean, or will that break? And then we keep it roughly around 50 for equipment upgrades, I mean,
We need a new pickup. I mean, granted, did put some money in there for this year. So we could go out of that. I mean, that air compressor and,
Did you calculate in there, renting the tarring machine again?
that's gonna be under this.
that's equipment rental.
Oh, okay.
That or 172, the repairs and maintenance of the streets, right?
Yeah.
Just
So I'm
wanna
thinking
say-
maybe that line item, we should change it from 173 instead of just, if we wanna do a vehicle savings. Do you wanna just do like an equipment savings, or vehicle/equipment?
Yeah.
Because that air compressor could fall underneath there?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then maybe look at what the payloader has, still a loan on it.
I was gonna look that up today too, because we're paying, loan payment number 5. And I wanna say it was a 5-year loan, so I think that loader payment, this 35,000 that was going out in these checks is our last one. I thought it was a 5-year loan.
I was gonna say, if we had any more equipment loans out there, maybe we can knock them down, I mean,
And just pay that off, yep, that thought has crossed my mind as well. But I will look on that loader, I can't.
Save some interest, yeah.
so. Either leave it at the 65 or maybe 50, unless you think that's
Should we go to 50?
I'll do 50.
Okay. we can change those too.
Is there anything else, Jamie?
Those are the two main ones I guess I was looking at.
Guess you could see if anyone has any input.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna do is, Chelsea, can we ask the audience if
Yeah, it's technically
anyone
the,
is out
it's
there
the
that-
public budget hearing, if anybody
Right.
has any questions on it, so.
Does anybody have anything to talk about the budget hearing? No? Okay. Are you done, Chelsea?
Yeah, unless you have any other
Okay.
questions.
We're gonna. You have anything else, Jeremy?
No, those are the two.
Okay, budget hearing is over. We will start the regular meeting, commission meeting in about 3 minutes. Thank you, Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea, which iPad was it in there? Just
Oh, yeah, I'll go grab one.
Oh, you go.
I have to remind her.